right? What I wanted to do in this segment today was to take a bit of a sneak peek into a couple of the core metrics that we're going to look at in that report, based on some of the earlier reporting that we've had from companies, right? So about 2/3 of the companies that we track have reported Q1 numbers now. So we can start to get a bit of a feel for the trend that we're going to see as the remaining companies report as well. Now, what I wanted to do today was dig into two of the core metrics, CAC payback first of all, and then we'll take a look at ARR growth rates. So starting off with CAC payback, what we can see is that CAC payback trends are increasing year over year, right? When we look at this from a median standpoint, so the median across the companies that we track that have reported so far, basically flat year over year. But when we look at the mean, we can see a big jump from 33 months in Q1 of last year up to 54 months in Q1 of this year. And then when we dig into the detail and look at this on a company by company basis, the drivers behind some of this become a bit clearer. So 9 of the 23 companies that we track had CAC payback in excess of 50 months. That was only 5 companies in Q1 of last year. Only 7 of the companies that have reported so far had CAC payback under 30 months versus 9 of the companies had CAC payback under 30 months for the same period last year. And as we can see in this chart here, we've had some big jumps on an individual company basis. Palo Alto Networks jumped from 40 months to 159 months. Box jumped to 126 months from 105 months. And even the historically kind of super efficient Atlassian almost doubled, right? So they went from 10 months to 18 months year over year, right? So not a great picture on the CAC payback front, but what is the core driver behind this? Well, it's the same as always, right? It's lower growth rates. What we see with these SaaS companies is that they seem to be pretty hesitant to reduce spending on sales and marketing too much, right? And probably for good reason. They don't want to unnecessarily give up market share, right? Most of these companies are free cash flow positive, which means they can continue to invest for growth, right? And so they don't want to pull back on that spending unnecessarily and allow competitors to take market share from them. And so what we see is, whilst that sales and marketing spend remains kind of largely stagnant, these growth rates over the last few quarters have been dropping pretty significantly. And we can start to see that as we dig into the data.